Just another day, but more work to do on the dream game. Welcome to day 2 of working on the dream game. Last video I showed you guys the small map I built so far, and I mentioned that all the models on the map were actually made by me, like I made them all myself. But a lot of you guys had doubt in what I said, and you claimed that all the models I used are free models. So today I'm going to be showing you guys all the models I made for my game, and we're going to be importing some new ones to spice up the map a little bit. So yeah, let's get it. And we're in Blender. Time to reveal all of the models I made for this game. 3, 2, 1. There we go. So yeah, as you guys can see, there's a couple of models here that I made myself. Some of these are from videos like the top hats and the chain. I did make videos on those. But yeah, these are pretty much all the models I have so far for the game. It's not much, I'm not gonna lie. Some of them are just kind of random. I just used it as practice to get better at Blender, but we can still use it for the game. But I just wanted to show you guys that yes, I really did make all these models, like literally all of them. You could take it into edit mode. I could edit all the faces myself. I could actually take apart the trees. Like I made the leaves and the branches separate. I could really customize this whole thing. Yes, they look kind of generic. I understand they look very similar to other games and other models, but I did make it myself. So give me at least like a little bit of credit. But we're still gonna make it look unique. You know how we do. We gotta make this game a little bit better than the average. So yeah, I'm gonna just download a couple of these models and we're gonna go put them in the game. Alright, back in Roblox Studio, we're gonna start getting these models in. I don't know if I showed you guys, but I do have these rocks in here. I actually made a video on how to make low poly rocks recently. So these are the rocks I'm gonna be using. I had already imported it from the video. So yeah, I'm gonna be using these and a couple of the new ones that I showed you guys in Blender. Alright, so we got a few models in. I'm just gonna add the textures real quick. Alright, good. So we have them all textured. I'm not gonna be using the empty tree right now, so that's gonna be for a different spot on the map. But we can start putting eggs in, and I'm also gonna import one more model. And yeah, now we're good. So we're gonna start placing these around the map. I'm gonna be using a new tool that I found. Shout out Row Builder. It's called the brush tool. It pretty much allows you to place all your different models randomly around the map. So you don't have to do it yourself. It'll end up giving it a natural look. Alright, so I don't completely remember how to use the brush tool, but we're gonna figure it out now. So let's click start. And yeah, we have to add the models. So let's click this, press add. Let's do this one, press add. Alright, and then we can also include these rocks. Let me drag them over here so we can use these. I'm gonna do the egg models separately. These are just map fillers. I'm gonna end up adding code to the box and the egg, just like the mushrooms. So yeah, I'll do that later. But yeah, I'm just gonna start adding these models all around the map. And yeah. Alright, so this is pretty good. Obviously we do have to adjust the models a little bit, but at least it placed it for us. All we have to do is bring it down. And now we could just go to all these different models and just move them down a little bit. So I could probably grab from here all the way down to here, and we should be able to just move them down. Yeah, so that's not bad. Some of these we can move up a little bit just to make it show more. And we could just go around the map fixing these individually. So yeah, for the egg and the egg box, we're actually going to add code to that to add to the mana stat, just like the mushrooms did. So pretty much I'm just gonna give this egg a value, so every time you pick it up, you get plus however much I apply to it. And for the box, I'm gonna make the egg a different color and like give it a little bit of a higher rarity. because I want this to be a little bit more of a rarer drop. And when you do pick up the item, unlike the mushrooms where it just disappears, for the ones in the box, only the egg in the box is gonna disappear, and then after a certain amount of time, it'll come back, and then you could do the prompt again. But yeah, let's start off by adding a little bit of code to the egg. So I'm gonna move the egg over by the mushrooms, just so it's easier to test out when we add some code. And let's look back at the code for this. Let's see what code we had to use. So we put it in the mesh part, and it was a proxy prompt with a script. Okay, so this is pretty simple. So I'm literally just gonna copy this. I'm not even gonna try to re-script it. I'm just gonna copy it and do this, make the same thing for the egg. We can add a proxy prompt here, and then to the proxy prompt, we're gonna add a script. Now we just paste the script, and we just have to edit it a little bit. I want to also change the time, so I'm gonna make this time a little bit higher. I'm gonna make this 10 seconds to respawn, and then increase the value that the egg gives you. So I'm gonna make the egg give you 5, because it's gonna be a little less frequent than the mushrooms, so you could bump the rarity value of it. And to really make this script work, obviously we just have to adjust all these underlined phrases. So all you have to do is change it to the egg part name. So let's just go and change all of these. And as for the eggs, I'll probably end up changing the actual model, because the eggs obviously aren't going to contribute to the mushroom stat. It's not a mushroom. But I was thinking of making it contribute to the mana stat. But also, what do eggs have to do with energy? Because mana is more of an energy type of stat. So I'll end up probably changing the model. But for now, let's just keep it as an egg. I might try to make like a star model or something like that. But for now, let's just keep it as this so we can get the script down. And I'm going to end up making a new leaderboard stat called mana to display that. So I think we can literally just copy and paste this and change the names. So let's try it out. Let's put mana. Yeah, let's call it mana count. Just copy this and paste it literally all throughout these. And then we could also change this to just mana. That should be good. Let's see if we can go in the game and we see it. So yeah, we see mana here. And now let's just fix the egg script so it actually contributes to that stat instead of the mushroom stat. So I think we can just come here. Let me just make sure I have this name. And let's see, where does it talk about adding to that stat? And it's right here. So this is pretty much it. So I'm guessing we need this name. So let's take that name. Let's go down here. And I think we just changed the value of all of these. Let's just edit this script a little bit to make it fully functional. So change this to mana, have that mana there. And now we could just copy and paste mana all over here. And from here, it should work. Let's test it out right now. Go up to this, collect egg, hold E, and now we get 5 mana, and it disappears for 5 seconds. And let's just make sure the mushrooms still work. That gives you 1, and that gives you 3. And now the egg is back. Let's just try it one more time to make sure it works repetitively. And yes, it does. So yeah, look at that, guys. Look at that. Got our first script for the mana stat in the ultimate dream game. But yeah, that pretty much wrap up the video. Yeah, so we got a couple models in. I'm gonna continue to just move them around the map and position them better, but it's nothing to really capture on video, so I'm just gonna do that off camera. And next video, we'll definitely do some scripting to the UI. I think we're gonna change up the buttons a little bit. So yeah, see you guys in the next video. Like and subscribe.